Hi everybody, my name is Madison. I am a first year second grade teacher, and today I'm going to be doing a student teaching Q&A. Yesterday I asked you guys to submit some questions that you had for me regarding student teaching. That can be advice that you guys have or just questions about my experience. So I'm going to share all about that with you guys today. I'll start by telling you a little bit about my experience with student teaching. I had the best experience ever. I was so lucky to have been able to go back to my own elementary school in my hometown, and I was also able to be with my very own 5th grade teacher. And that was just the best experience. I was even in my own 5th grade classroom. She hadn't moved classrooms in 13 years. So that was super surreal, and I can't believe it still that I got to be with her because she was my favorite teacher growing up, and I still want to be just like her. And so the fact that I was able to teach alongside her for 5 months was just the coolest experience ever. I student taught in 5th grade, so I actually love upper elementary. Fun fact, when I started out in elementary, I knew I only wanted to do 5th and 6th grade. That was like what my heart was set on. I just didn't have a heart for the little ones. I was like, nope, 5th grade's my jam. And I had a professor who wanted to get me outside of my comfort zone. She put me in a 2nd grade classroom and then a 1st grade classroom, and I fell in love. So I'm really grateful. I actually love all grades. 3rd and 4th grade is a great middle spot as well, and I would love actually to teach 3rd or 4th grade one day. But for now, my heart is with the littles. So I will go ahead. I have my computer out in front of me. I'm just looking at all of your guys' questions that you asked me on Instagram. Hopefully I'll be able to get through all of them. So let's get started. Advice on getting over anxiety or being the center of attention in the classroom. This is big for a lot of people, and for me too. Luckily, I was able to practice a lot. In college, we had practicum experiences where we in the classroom twice a week for a few hours, and we had to teach lessons. So that was when I got over that anxiety of speaking. But I will say, student teaching, the center of attention is almost solely on you for a few weeks at least. In the student teaching program I did, we had a 3-week intensive training, which is where we took over the classroom for 3 full weeks, Monday through Friday, the whole day, and every subject. And so I was the only one teaching, and my co-teacher was there just basically to observe and take notes. And so that was definitely stressful, and definitely you had to get over that fear of being the center of attention. And you just learn. You learn along the way, and luckily kids are there to calm your nerves because they don't care. Kids are kids. They want to support you, and you know, you can be goofy and laugh with them, and they'll love you no matter what. So just be yourself. That's really the biggest advice I can give you. Overall, what more do you wish you would have asked or learned from your mentor teacher? I honestly can say I learned the most I could have from her. She taught me everything she knew, and I'm so grateful for her. I will forever be grateful for her. I love her so much. The only thing that I think I didn't get enough practice in exactly is behavior management, because the school that I taught in was, it wasn't high behaviors at all. Our class was so good. We had no behaviors at all. They were the biggest sweethearts. So going from that to having to take over a classroom full of behaviors was really hard, and I wish I had more experience because it was like a culture shock. I didn't even know what I was getting myself into. So that's probably what I would say. How do you deal with being shy and nervous, and how do you feel like you know what you are doing? You won't. You won't know what you are doing, and that's okay. Just talk to your co-teacher. She knows. She should know, or he or she should know what you're going through, and they're there to help you and guide you. Vent to them, and again, just be yourself. Don't try to act like you have it all together. Just be yourself and be professional, but just, you know, have fun with it, because teaching at the end of the day is really fun. You don't have to know what you're doing because you've never done it before. You're a new teacher, and that's okay. So just go into it with an open mind. Every day there's going to be something new to learn, and so just be open to learning more, be open to making mistakes, and you'll do just fine. Things your host teacher will and will not like. I would say I was such good friends with my host teacher, so I can't really say that she got mad at like anything I did. I will say I've had friends who have told me experiences. If you're late, that's a no. If you're calling in sick or if you don't make it in, anything like that, it's not okay during student teaching. You have to treat it like a job, because it is. You have to treat it like you're the teacher going into school and take it just as seriously as her or him, your teacher. And so get to school early. Get there 5 to 10 minutes early or earlier than your teacher gets there, and take it seriously. Make sure that they know that you're serious about being a teacher and you're serious about learning. And I think that's the most that you can do. And if they see that, then they'll love you. After your experience, how comfortable did you feel teaching alone? So I will say, after student teaching, I felt pretty comfortable teaching alone, because I had those 3 weeks of me taking over the classroom completely. And though those 3 weeks were pretty nerve-wracking, by the end of it, I felt like I really just had the hang of it. And by the time I took over my classroom, I felt pretty natural at it. So just know it takes time taking over a classroom, building that confidence. It does take time, but you'll get there. What was the most challenging experience you had while student teaching? Funny enough, the most challenging experience that comes to my mind was teaching 5th grade math. So 5th grade math ain't easy, okay? And I am someone who has struggled with math my whole life. From 5th grade and up, I struggled with math. So going back to 5th grade and seeing how hard it is, I mean, fractions, dividing and multiplying fractions, that stuff's hard. And so I had to relearn it, because I had not done that type of math in so long. I had to stay after school with my own 5th grade teacher and relearn it. I'm sure she was so proud. And so that was definitely nerve-wracking coming in and having to teach that. And there were times I made mistakes and kids would call me out on it, or kids would ask me questions and I had to just be honest and say, oh, I don't know, let me check on that. And that's totally okay. Kids will respond much better if you're just honest with them instead of just making up answers as you go. Don't do that. Just be honest with the kids and say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna have to look into that, or look into it right there in front of them so they can see, you know, I'm still learning too. And, you know, that's totally okay. So definitely teaching 5th grade math was the biggest struggle for me. What was the most amazing thing about student teaching? I would say the most amazing thing about student teaching was not only my teacher, but like I said, we had the best class. I still can't believe how much of angels they were. They were the sweetest things, every single one of them. Honestly, we had no behaviors. And so we built a really, really tight bond. We just became a huge family by the end of it. The last day was filled with tears. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that was coming. I walked in to kids just overwhelming me with love and presence, and it was so hard to leave them, and I still miss them so much. I think about them all the time. So the kiddos were definitely, once again, the best part of student teaching. That is all the questions that I got from you guys. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below and I'll reply to you, or send me a DM on Instagram, which I'll have my Instagram link down below. I would love to answer more questions about student teaching. It's really just one of the greatest experiences, and it's the one experience that really prepared me for teaching and what showed me what being a teacher is really like. So just soak up that experience. Make sure you take lots of videos and pictures and take home copies of everything that your classroom teacher gives you, and you never know if you'll be getting a job right after graduation where you could actually use those copies. So that is all the advice I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye guys.